What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Joe from the Fragrance Den. I got another review today. It's been a couple of days since I made a video, but this just came in. This is released in 2025, and this is Afnan Turathi Electric. I'll show you the actual bottle, how it sits in the case. Look at that. It's like an iridescent color. Now, this was very popular last year. I waited. I really wanted that price to go down, and it was well worth it. I got this for around 20 bucks. Take a look at the bottle. I think this is fire. Now, what this is, it's a clone, a dupe, and an inspiration of one of my favorite fragrances, and that is Ex Nihilo's Blue Talisman. Now, I've talked about that fragrance before on this channel. I have this right here, which is Mason Azraz, and this is called Legacy. And this is also an inspo of Blue Talisman, a very good one. One that I really haven't mentioned, but I do have. And this is by a brand called Alexandria. And they also did an interpretation on Blue Talisman. And they played with the name, and they call it Blue Talisman. Not Blue Talisman, but Talisman. All right. And this is also a really good interpretation of that fragrance. So when I got this, I was very excited to see, okay, how does Afnan do their interpretation? Let's go over the notes real quick. It opens up with a blast of citrus. You're going to get fruity, sweet notes. You get the musk and the powdery. There's also white florals, some fresh spice, amber, and then you get aquatic notes all on the base. Okay, those are the notes. Let's spray it on a test strip and let's see, what that smells like. Okay. Now, from what I remember, this was a little bit fruitier take on that Blue Talisman. Right on the test strip, right off the bat, I get that pear. If you ever smelled Blue Talisman from Ex Nihilo, what you're gonna get is a burst of that pear, and you get that right here on the opening of this scent. And it's a good interpretation. It's a really good interpretation. Do I think it's better than some of these? I don't know yet. From what I heard, the longevity on this is only about like 4 to 5 hours. So a lot of people complain about the longevity on this, whereas this, I spray this and I get this 8 hours. You know what I mean? When I spray it in the morning, when I come home, I still can smell that. I'm gonna test this to see if the longevity on that is just as good. But on the test strip, I really enjoy this. I think it's you get the pear. What I'm also getting with this off the bat is the musk. I get that musk, where in Blue Talisman, there's a progression. It starts off with that pear. It sits there for a while. Then you're gonna get dry down into some florals, and then at the base of Blue Talisman, you get a really good chunk of some musk and some, like woody accords that really sit at the base of that fragrance. So it starts with the pear, but then it progresses down to that musk. Whereas here, I get the pear, but right behind it, I'm also getting some of that musk, which comes in a little bit earlier than in Blue Talisman. But this is really good. I think this is a very elegant scent for a man. I think this one right here, to be honest with you, is unisex. I think ladies could rock this. And I also think Blue Talisman is a little bit unisex as well. This right here, though, I think this leans a little bit more masculine. And I'm going to spray this to see just the contrast of what we're getting here. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, see, this is already a little bit more masculine than that other scent. This I get almost like a leather accord right in the opening with this one as well. So it's like you get the pear. Let me go on skin with these because sometimes, if I'm being honest, the test strips don't do it. Let's go on skin. This is Mason Azra's Legacy. And let's go on skin over here with Afnan's Blue Electric. By the way, the atomizer on this, banging. The atomizer on this, good, but not as good as Afnan's. Yeah. Yeah, this is a little bit more bright, a little bit more burst of that pear, of that citrus. You're gonna get that here. This one, the pear and the citrus sits a little bit more in the background, and you get a little bit more of that musk. Because I love citrus, to be honest with you, I almost prefer this one. If this one gives me the longevity that this one gives, it's a no-brainer for me. I'll take this all day. I love citrus. Just so that I could really make this video, you know, I really want to test this one out as well and see if that is also, you know, I want to see how that compares. Okay, these are the test strips. I'm gonna spray this one right here. Really nice atomizer on this one. Okay. Let's go on skin with this one. Let's go on skin with this one. I'll put it right here. Let's see how that goes. Because this one, it's almost on the strip, it's almost sitting in the middle of these two. Whereas this one is very bright and citrusy, and this one deals more with the musk that is found in a Blue Talisman. This one seems to be right in the middle. Yeah. This is good. By the way, if you haven't, if you really want a good interpretation of Blue Talisman, something that sits very close to the original, look up Alexandria's Blue Talisman. This is really, really good. A little bit expensive, if I'm being honest with you. I think this one I got for like 20, but it goes for like 30. Same with this. Whereas this one, you know, if you want the full size bottle, I think it's like 100 and something. So you are paying more for that premium smell, but it's really, really good. Okay, so that is my first interpretation of Afnan's Blue Electric. I really like it. I love that it opens up very vibrant. I actually like that more than these two, if I'm being honest with you. I just hope the longevity on this one could compete with what I already have. And if it can, I'll leave it in the comments or I'll do a second video. Now, it's good that I mentioned that because I have reviewed this fragrance in the past. This is Riff's Zenith. And I didn't really like it. I didn't really enjoy it when I did my initial interpretation of this fragrance. And that's why, fellas and ladies, it's so important that you let these fragrances sit on the shelves. You spray them and then you let them sit. Because now that I have let this sit, from the time that I did that previous video to right now, this has changed. This has become very close to Mind Games Queening. Now, watch my original video of this because I said, you know, it wasn't as creamy. It wasn't as milky. You know, it just wasn't getting to me what Mind Games Queening was. And I even said that my Yeoman Leo Wazir that I have, Wazir from Yeoman Leo was a better interpretation of queening. Now, I sprayed this the other day and it just blew my mind. It blew my mind how much this has shifted and how much this has changed. This has now become very milky, very creamy, very, just like Mind Games Queening. I don't know how else to put it. So definitely, if you're in the market for a Mind Games Queening, don't sleep on this. This is Riff's Zenith. Now, when you spray it, give it some time. You may get a bottle that was just like mine. It needed some time to macerate. And boy, has this had boy, has this macerated and it actually changed and become more like the original inspo that it was supposed to be. So this is Rift Zenith. So just an update on that, just so I can keep you guys really posted. Also, I know I did a video on, it was Atralia's, I think, Atralia's Malo or Mellow, Atralia's Mellow, and then also Nabra's Elixir. And I said how that was like a really sexy combination if you spray those two, if you remember that video. My wife has tried that combination, and just to give you an update on that, she doesn't like it. You know, it's not that she doesn't like it. It's just creating this spice on her skin that I wasn't getting on the test strips, and that I wasn't getting on my skin. See, our skin chemistries are always different, and that's why you really have to test these perfumes, these fragrances on skin, because everyone's skin is different, and these fragrances are going to have a different effect on your skin. On my wife's skin, Nebra's Elixir comes off very spicy. I don't know why, but it does. And when we add Atralia Mellow to the mix, it makes it creamy, but she still gets that spice. And I think we both decided that we like those fragrances, you know, as individuals, not as a layered combination. So that is another update on that. And in that video that I did, there was a very tall perfume called Galaxy Aquatica, and I forgot the name of the brand, but look at my videos, you'll find it. It was a very tall, and it was called Galaxy Aquatica. My wife is loving that fragrance. It is like she's been wearing it every day. Every day I ask her, yo, what are you wearing? She's like, oh, I'm wearing that Galaxy. So I think that was like a $10 pickup or whatever it was, and she is loving that. So that's some updates, you know, on just like some of the previous fragrances that I have reviewed. Another thing, guys, I have some Michael Malous coming in. He's a perfumer, and you know, he has several different fragrances. I think I bought like 4 or 5. They're coming in, so we're gonna review those together. But after that, I think I'm just gonna pick up one more pickup, and that is Aromatics new cologne called Frostbite. I've been waiting on that. I really want to see what that smells like, so I am going to pick that up as well. But after that, I have to be honest with you guys. I think I'm taking a break from buying new fragrances. Now, just for me personally, I don't like to consume, and never, you know, really get to appreciate what I have, you know, in my collection. I like to take a break and just start wearing and putting some dents into some of the fragrances that I personally have. You know, if we're being honest, right? If we're being very honest, a lady or a man, you only need about, you know, 2 or 3 fragrances, you know, to really get you through the year. If you have over 100, 200, like what I have, you know, it gets to a point where, you know, it becomes more about buying what's new than appreciating what you already have in stock. And I never want to be that guy. I don't want to keep chasing the new trends. I really want to appreciate what I have. Now, what I will do is if I do see a fragrance, whether it's niche, designer, or Middle Eastern, that really speaks to my scent profile, what I like, then I probably will go out and get it. But I can't keep chasing, you know, the trends and the fads and what's new, especially if they're not scents that, you know, appeal to me. But summer's coming around the corner, and that's, you know, where I really shine. I love citrus type fragrances. I love freshies. You know, I always feel like those type of scents get the most compliments. You know, I've tried many fragrances, but for me, it's like ladies love those, you know, and personally, my wife likes those. So, you know, I always try to get, you know, some of the fragrances that really appeal to me. So anyway, I know I'm ranting, but I appreciate, you know, those who have stayed this late in the video, and just know that this was another good pickup for me. Also, when these fragrances come out, you know, and if you buy them as soon as they drop, you're buying these fragrances at the height, especially Middle Eastern, at the height of what their costs will be. If you just wait a few months, maybe 6 months, when the hype on that fragrance has died down, you'll see the discount in the price. And I don't mind waiting because, you know, obviously I'm enjoying what I have in stock. So this is Joe from the Fragrance Den. Just some food for thought, and just to give you some insight on the channel, and also like, you know, what's going on the ladies side of some of the fragrances that I buy. Appreciate you. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts on what I said, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.